Hey everyone. Welcome back. I'm doing a little sketch and paint live for my 100 Days project. This was Milo or Milo or whatever you want to call this human piece of excrement. I'm not even sure I want to call him human. And I think excrement is an insult to feces. A stain on humanity? Garbage? I don't know what you'd want to call Milo, whatever. This unfortunate member of the human population. Anyway, so I'm going to paint Mitch McConnell, who I lovingly refer to as the turtle of the Senate, which is sadly an insult to turtles, which are fine creatures. Mitch McConnell, however, is not a fine creature. He's horrible. I'm gonna get to doing that. If just as an FYI, I can see the chat today, so if anyone does have a question, you can pop into chat and I will attempt to answer your questions. I'm listening to podcasts today. If you haven't listened to Covered before, um, I like to call him my friend. I'm not sure if he'd call me his friend. Friend of my podcast and my just online friend, someone I chat with, someone who I'd like to sit down and have a beer with someday. Harry Marks, his podcast Covered is fabulous, and everyone should go and listen to it. That's what I'm finishing up today. It's one of the few podcasts that I listen to at normal speed. So go listen to Covered if you enjoy podcasts. That's what I'm listening to now. Um, so And of course, there we go. Okay. And for sketching, I'm going to use one of my favorite pencils, the Palomino Blackwing #1 Silver Ferrule Blue Eraser round and a pearl core. Um, so, Mitch McConnell. Here we go. He's very easy to make look evil. I won't have to do much in the way of anything to make him look particularly evil. As much as I hate this guy, he's got a wonderfully wrinkly face, which is kind of fun to draw. I mean, come on, look at that waddle. I mean, dude. It's like a gift from caricature heaven. Alright, let's clean this up a little bit. For the cleanup, I'm using a Pentel Ain high polymer. It's a sticky eraser that I just have to make a quick swipe across the page, and it does a really good job at cleaning up soft graphite and harder graphite without damaging the page. So that's always nice. Some of these lines I want to soften up a little bit because they're just a little too dark. Alright, so let me clean that up. The only useful way for a fan brush to be used is for cleaning eraser shavings. Also little trees. You can do little trees, Bob Ross style, with one fan brush. Let's see, where's my flat? I don't know where my flat brush went. Did I take it out? No, I think I dropped it somewhere. Well, that's not good. I have another one. Well, that was an adventure. So to block in the lights, I'm going to use a half-inch snap stroke by Princeton, which is a fabulously inexpensive brush line that I really like. I tend to destroy brushes. I have some nice watercolor brushes, but I keep turning back to these for some reason. I mean, other than the fact that they perform really well, they really do snap into place really well. guy has the pinkest face of anyone I've painted yet. And now I'm just adding some layers of pink over the yellow to deepen some of that color. Really want to make sure I get enough pink around his eyes too, because like I said, this guy has a really pale pink face. It's like he's never seen the sunlight before. I think this one is one I might actually add a little purple. Let me find a palette that has some purple in it. I think I mentioned I am using up some of my old palettes. No, I think I'll use some of this one. I can mix some purple with this palette. So I'm going to switch over to a smaller brush, and I'm going to use some magenta and just some rando blue that I have in here. I don't know what the blue is. I know that it's Quin Magenta because that's what I've had in most of my palettes, because that's a favorite magenta of mine. Like I said, this guy's really easy to characterize or do a caricature of, because he makes funny faces in public all the time, and he has a really interestingly shaped face anyway, then add that to the fact that he does contort his face in interesting and unique ways all the time. It sure does make it easy to do funny paintings of him. Mr. Turtle. And I'm just layering in some of this purple, and as you can see, as it blends with the yellow and the other pinks, it makes kind of a nice grayish purple color. Added a little bit more of the blue in there to get a little bit more of a darker shade. I'm going to have to let it dry before I add in more of those glasses of his, since there's a lot of darks going on in there. Let's see, there's a bit more of a dark in there. So I've had a couple of people ask if they can buy these. What I'm planning on doing, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to do it, is yes, I want to sell them, but some people have said that you know, who would want these people on the wall. So what I really want to do is sell them and then donate after I've paid for materials and whatnot. Donate the profits to charity. Something like, you know, for this guy, I'd probably donate profits from him to like Planned Parenthood, or an abortion access group. Or something of that nature. I don't know really though. Like do I do auctions? I don't know. It's all up in the air really. Let's see, let's get that in there. And it's true. Who would want one of these guys on their wall? I wouldn't. And I'm painting them. Let's see, what color do I want to do his eyes? Yeah, I painted him a few times, so he's actually gone, like, pretty quickly, I think. There's some really cool stuff going on in that waddle of his. But, so, let's see, what color? His suit is nice and dark. I think I'm gonna go with that. And add some extra water to that. That looks like it was a nice indigo color. It's one of my favorite watercolor shades. It mixes really well with everything. Makes nice purples. And let's see, I need a bloody red for his tie. This is the Jane Davenport palette, which if you're looking for a budget palette, oops, I dribbled some blood red into his wattle. Oops, that's very fitting, isn't it? Yeah, back to, anyway, if you're looking for a really great, very affordable palette, the Jane Davenport palettes are really quite nice for what you pay. I think I'm going to do this as his hair color. And let's see, color. I'm going to add a little brown to that. We'll see what happens. You can hear my wife playing with the dogs in the background. Alright, so there's his hair. And I'm going to use my big number, look at that brush. Man, that's fat. This is a number 20 Snap Round by Princeton. And I'm going to go with some, whatever shade of green this is in here. Hooker's green, maybe? I don't know. Alright, so there's that. There we go. Okay. There's Mitch McConnell. And we have Mitch McConnell. And I really like what's happening up there with the green in his hair kind of filtering in, and also the green filtering down into his jacket, which is, you know, pretty appropriate given his history of taking contributions, they call it legally. But I think we can all call them bribes. Um, from, you know, like the NRA and other special interest groups. And there we go. There's a little sketch and paint of Mitch McConnell. If you have not had a chance to, sorry, I gotta pause it so I can't talk and listen to a podcast at the same time. If you have not had a chance to subscribe to my channel, you should do so now. There should be a little button somewhere down at the bottom of the screen there that lets you subscribe to my channel. And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at OriginalLCHarper. And if you are interested in supporting my work, you can go to ko-fi.com/Harper and buy me a cup of coffee. The money goes towards actual coffee and art supplies to keep wonderful sloppy paintings and sketches of political jerks going. Yeah, so subscribe, follow me, and feel free to ask questions and leave comments. And a thumbs up is always appreciated. And if you don't like what I'm doing, you can always thumb it down, which several people have already done that. I've reminded many people that I'm, you know, don't agree with them politically. So they've thumbed me down and I've lost a bunch of followers. So tell your friends, tell your enemies, and they can follow. And maybe eventually I'll get some stuff going where I auction these off and give the money to charity. So anyway, give me a follow. Thanks for watching, and thanks. Bye.